Hello, my dear students. This is grade 12 English. Students, in the previous video, we have discussed about the topics related to the lesson, the third level. In this video, we are going to see the summary of the story, then the character sketches, and then some incidents of the story. Shall we go? Now, the summary of the story. The story begins in a mock serious manner. What is it mock serious, children? So mock serious means pretending to be serious. So the story begins in a serious manner. Everyone knows that there are only 2 levels at Grand Central Station in New York. So everyone refers to people in New York. So everyone knows that people living in the New York City know that there are only 2 levels at Grand Central Station. What is a Grand Central Station? It is a railway station in New York. What is that? It is a railway station in New York. So here it is a commuter. Grand Central Terminal is a commuter rail terminal located at 42nd Street, Park Avenue in New York City. So is it Grand Central Terminal? So what is a terminal? So the term terminal means it is a station at the end of a railway line. So it's a station at the end of a railway line. Here, the trains arriving there have to end their journeys. So in terminal, train arrives there have to end their journeys. So here Grand Central Terminal is a commuter rail terminal. What is it commuter? We have come across this word commuter in the previous video. Commuter means passenger, traveler. Okay. So Grand Central Terminal is a commuter rail terminal located. So where this Grand Central Station is located? At 42nd Street, Park Avenue in New York City. So Grand Central Station is located at 42nd Street, Park Avenue in New York City. So people in the New York City, they know very well that there are only 2 levels. But Charlie, a 31-year-old guy, asserts that there are 3 and he had been on the 3rd level. So here the main character, the hero of the story is Charlie. He's a 31-year-old guy. Asserts. Asserts means believes. Okay. A-S-S-E-R-T-S. Asserts. That means believes. He believes that there are 3 levels at Grand Central Station. And he had been on the 3rd level. So, here everyone, that means people in New York City, they know very well that there are only 2 levels at Grand Central Station. But our hero Charlie, a 31-year-old guy, he believes that there are 3 levels and he had been on the 3rd level. So what is the meaning for asserts? A-S-S-E-R-T-S. What I said? It means believes. Charlie believes. What does he believe? He believes that there are 3 levels. Where? At Grand Central Station. And also he said he had been on the 3rd level. One night, Charlie, an ordinary guy, worked late at the office. So one night, Charlie, the hero of the story, he is an ordinary guy. He worked late at the office. He was in a hurry to reach home. So he worked late at the office, so he was in a hurry to reach home. So he decided to take the subway from Grand Central Station. So what is it, subway? Subway, it is an underground. Okay. So as he was in a hurry to reach home, he decided to take the underground subway from Grand Central Station. So he turned into Grand Central Station from Vanderbilt Avenue. Vanderbilt Avenue. Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt Avenue. Avenue is a street. So he turned into Grand Central from Vanderbilt Avenue because he was in a hurry to reach home. So to take the underground, he decided to take the subway from Grand Central Station. So from Vanderbilt Avenue, he turned into Grand Central. And he went down the steps to the first level where one could take trains like the 20th century. So the 20th century is a name of the train. Okay. So he went down the steps first. He went down the steps to the first level. So in the first level, people could take trains like the 20th century. Then he walked down the second level where trains left for suburban areas. Suburban areas. What is it? Suburban, that means residential areas. Then he ducked into an arched way. What is it? Arched way. Arched means curved. Arched doorway heading for the subway. That means leading to the underground. And he got lost. So what happened? One night, Charlie, he worked late at the office. So he was in a hurry to reach home. So he decided to take the subway, that means underground, from Grand Central Station. So he turned into Grand Central from Vanderbilt Avenue, that means Vanderbilt Street. And he went down the steps to the first level. So first he reached the first level. In first level, people could take trains like the 20th century. So the 20th century, it's a name of the train. Then he walked down the second level. So after first level, he walked down the second level. So in second level, where trains left. So in second level, people could take trains left for suburban areas. That means residential areas. So then he got into an arched doorway, curved doorway that leads for the subway. And then he got lost. He had lost his way a couple of times earlier too while taking the subway. So earlier already he had lost 2 times, okay, his way while taking the subway. So once he entered the lobby of the Roosevelt Hotel, while the other time he emerged at an office building that was 3 blocks away. So couple of times he had lost his way while taking the subway. So that 2 times. So what happened? Once he entered the lobby of the Roosevelt Hotel. So once he entered the lobby of the Roosevelt Hotel. So second time he emerged, he came out at an office building that was 3 blocks away. That means 3 buildings away. But this time when he loses his way, something unique happens. Something different, okay? Some strange thing happens. He visits the 3rd level. So 2 times already he had lost in his way. Once he entered the lobby of the Roosevelt Hotel. Then second time he came out at an office building that was 3 blocks away. But this time, third time, when he loses his way, something strange happens because he visits the third level. Okay. Charlie keeps walking in the quiet corridor. So, what does he do? He keeps walking in the quiet corridor. Then he is angling left. That means he is turning left and slanting downward. That means bending downward till he reaches an architecturally old station. What is it, architecturally old station? Architecturally means historic. So till he reaches an architecturally old station that is completely different from the 2 familiar levels. So here Charlie, he keeps walking in the quiet corridor. Then he turns left and he bends downward till he reaches an historic old station, architecturally old station that is completely different from the 2 familiar levels. The first 2 levels all the people they know, but this level is completely different. The antiquated small room. What is it, antiquated? That means old fashioned small room. Antiquated. ANTIQUATED. The antiquated. That means old fashioned small room with fewer ticket counters and train gates, a wooden information booth, then flickering open flame gas lights. Flickering means that shine unsteadily. So there is an open flame gas lights. It is flickering. That means it shines unsteadily. And brass spittoons remind him of the architecture of the 1800s. So in the third level, he sees the antiquated old-fashioned small room with the fewer ticket counters and train gates, then a wooden information booth, then flickering open flame gas lights. What is it? Flickering, shine unsteadily. This open flame gas lights is flickering, shines unsteadily. And brass spittoons. What is that spittoons? It is a bowl for spitting. Okay, the spittoon, that bowl is made of brass. So brass spittoons. So these and all remind him of the architecture of 1800s. So these things he finds in the third level. So these remind him of the architecture of 1800s. Then he also finds that people are dressed in outmoded outfits. Outmoded. What is it, outmoded? That means old fashioned. Outfits means clothes, costumes. So the people, he also finds that people are dressed in old fashioned clothes. So the clothes, costumes are out of station. Okay. So other than that, ticket counters, train gates, that gas lights, open flame gas lights, he also finds that people are dressed in old fashioned clothes. Then he notices that the date in the newspaper, The World, is printed June 11, 1894. So the World is a name of the newspaper. So after finding the people who are dressed in old-fashioned clothes, he notices that the date in the newspaper, the name of the newspaper is The World. So the date in the newspaper is printed June 11, 1894. Then he turns towards the ticket windows and he wants to buy 2 tickets to Galesburg, Illinois. So after noticing the newspaper, that is printed June 11, 1894. Then he turns towards the ticket windows. So then he wants to buy 2 tickets to Galesburg, Illinois. So what is it, Galesburg? It is a city in Knox County, Illinois, in United States. So Galesburg is a city, name of the city, okay, in United States. Illinois, what is it, Illinois? It is a state in the Midwestern and Great Lakes region of United States. So Galesburg, it is a city in Knox County, Illinois, United States. It is a city name. Galesburg, it is a city name. Illinois, it is a state name in the Midwestern and Great Lakes regions of United States. It is also known as, that is, Illinois is also known as Land of Lincoln. Lincoln, Land of Lincoln. Because Abraham Lincoln spent most of his life there. So Abraham Lincoln spent most of his time of his life there. So Illinois is also known as Land of Lincoln. So here Charlie, he wants to buy 2 tickets to Galesburg, Illinois. Since he had no old currency, he could not buy tickets. He could not buy tickets and came back home. Then he had always wanted to travel to Galesburg with his wife Louisa. So his wife name is Louisa. So always he wanted to travel to Galesburg with his wife Louisa. So in his mind, it is a wonderful town still, with big old frame houses and huge lawns and tremendous trees whose branches meet overhead and roof the streets. So in his mind, in Charlie's mind, Galesburg, it is a wonderful town, okay, still with big old frame houses, huge lawns. What is a lawns? Grass garden, okay, huge lawns and tremendous trees. Tremendous, we can say enormous, huge, okay, huge trees whose branches meet overhead. Overhead, that means above, okay, overhead and roof the streets. The trees, the trees were tremendous, and it is a place with long and pleasant summer evenings. So it is a place, what is that? It, Galesburg, it is a place with long pleasant summer evenings where people sat out on their lawns, smoked cigars and talked quietly. So he thinks about the place Galesburg. It is a place with the long pleasant summer evenings. So in summer evenings, people sat out on their garden, that means lawns, then they smoked cigars and they talked quietly. So the next day during lunch, he exchanges $300 for old style bills amounting to some 200 only. So he always wanted to travel to Galesburg with his wife. So he was thinking about the houses, lawns and trees and summer evenings, how people they sat out on their lawns, how they enjoyed that evening. He was thinking. So the next day during lunch, he exchanges $300 for old style bills amounting to, that means that $300 amounting come to some 200 only, okay, old style bills. So the loss doesn't bother him. So he gives $300 for old style bills, okay, but he got only 200. So he doesn't bother about the loss, okay. So he he loses $100. He doesn't think about that, and much he believes that in Galesburg everything will be cheaper. So why he doesn't bother about the loss of money means in Galesburg everything will be cheaper, and that he can manage even with a small amount. Even though he got 200 only, he can manage in Galesburg because everything there will be cheaper. But he could not but he could never again find the corridor leading to the third level. So after exchanging his money, he never again find the corridor. Okay, so first time when he lost his way, he find the third level, but again he couldn't find the third level. His wife Louisa is worried after knowing all this and asks him not to look at the third level anymore. So his wife Louisa, she is worried after knowing all this. After knowing all this means that he tells her that he reaches the third level, and he wants to go there, and he exchanges his money in an old style. So after knowing all this, she asks him not to look for the third level. Then suddenly Charlie realizes that his psychiatrist friend. What is it, psychiatrist? Psychiatrist is a doctor who treats people's mental illness. So Charlie suddenly realizes that his psychiatrist friend named Sam Weiner, Sam Weiner, Weiner. His friend's name Sam Weiner. He is a psychiatrist, a doctor who treats people's mental illness, with whom he shared his experience. So always he shares his experience with his friend psychiatrist Sam Weiner. Is now nowhere to be found, and so he and his wife keep looking for him at the weekends. So suddenly Sam Weiner is missing. So Charlie and his wife keep looking for him at the weekends. One day, while fuzzing with his stamp collection. So what is it, fuzzing? Fuzzing means run around in circle. One day he was looking at his stamp collection. So I said run around in circle. That means doing something. Here what he is doing, he is looking at his stamp collection for a long time. Okay. He didn't achieve anything on looking at the stamp collection for a long time. It is a purposeless repetition. Okay. So he was repeating that action, looking at his stamp collection. He is for a long time, but he didn't achieve anything on looking at stamp collection. But that day Charlie comes across a letter that was not there earlier. So earlier that letter was not there. Now he comes across a letter. It bears a postmark on a faded 6-cent stamp with a picture of President Garfield. Okay, it bears, that means it carries, the letter carries the postmark on a faded 6-cent stamp. Cent means a value of money. Okay, 6-cent stamp with the picture of President Garfield. The envelope was sent on July 18, 1894 to Charlie's grandfather in Galesburg and is addressed to Charlie. So the envelope was sent when that letter was sent on July 18, 1894. Okay, to Charlie's grandfather in Galesburg, but it is addressed to Charlie. The letter reads that Sam has reached Galesburg and is enjoying his life there. So before that I said Sam Weiner, who is it? Sam, Charlie's friend, his psychiatrist, isn't it? So he is missing. He and his wife looking for him, no? So here the letter reads that Sam has reached Galesburg and he is enjoying his life there. He also invites Charlie and Louisa to Galesburg. So in the letter, his friend Sam, he wrote that he has reached Galesburg and he is enjoying his life there, and also he invites Charlie and Louisa to Galesburg. When Charlie goes to the stamp and coin store, he found that Sam had bought $800 worth of old currency bills to establish his business of hay feed and grain in Galesburg. So then Charlie goes to the stamp and coin store. Okay, then he found that, and he comes to know that Sam had bought how much? $800 worth of old currency bills. Okay, Sam had bought $800 worth of old currency bills, so that he establishes his business of hay feed and grain in Galesburg. Okay. The letter was written by Sam Weiner, who was Charlie's friend psychiatrist. Okay. So the letter was written by Sam Weiner, who was Charlie's friend psychiatrist. So the letter was written by Sam, and he wrote that he has reached Galesburg and he is enjoying his life there, and he invites Charlie and Louisa to Galesburg, and Sam had bought $800 worth of old currency bills to establish. For what he got that? To establish his business. What business? Hay feed and grain, where in Galesburg. Okay. This story brings us to the conclusion that people find it hard to make peace with unpleasant things they come across in life. So what conclusion this story brings us? That people find it hard to make peace with unpleasant things they come across in life. It brings out a common man's craving for peace and security. Common man's craving, no? Common man's desire. Common man is seeking for peace and security. Okay. So in present life, they are living with unpleasant things. Okay. So a common man is longing for peace and security. So like any common man, Charlie too appreciates the so-called pleasures of everyday life. So like any common man, Charlie also one among them. So he also appreciates the so-called pleasures of everyday life. Then he wants to stay in the past. Why does he want to stay in the past? Because 1894 is much more peaceful, secure and serene. That means very calm. Okay, 1994 is very composed, very calm. So he wants to stay in the past because 1894 is much more peaceful, secure and serene. Okay. And the world in 1894 hasn't seen the repercussions of war. Repercussions means the consequence, the results of war. The world in 1894, they hadn't seen the effects of war. The insecurities that come with war, terror and disease had gotten the better of common folks like Charlie. Here, because of war, terror and disease, people, they get the feeling of insecurity. Okay, like Charlie. So they get the feeling of insecurity. So he wants a transient relief. What is a transient means? It is transient, temporary. Okay, he wants a temporary relief from the harsh realities of life. Okay, so here the story brings us to the conclusion of people find it hard to make peace. Okay, with the unpleasant things they come across in life, and it brings out a common man's desire for peace and security. So like a common like any common man, Charlie also he appreciates the so-called pleasures of everyday life. Then he wants to stay in the past because 1894 is very peaceful, secure and calm. Then the world in 1894 hasn't seen the results of war, effects of war. Then Charlie wants a temporary relief from the harsh realities of life. So, this is what the summary of the story. Next, we move on to the theme of the lesson, then the character sketches and other details of the story. Okay. The theme of the lesson: complexity of human mind, then escapism, time travel, sense of insecurity, and run away from reality. What is that complexity? Complexity means problem, complication. Okay, it's a problem of human mind. Then escapism. What is it? Escapism. It is a relief from unpleasant realities. A tendency to seek distraction. Okay, and relief from the realities. That is escapism. And time travel. Then sense of insecurity because of war. Okay, disease. Then with this sense of insecurity, then run away from reality. So these are the theme of the lesson: complexity of human mind, that is problem of human mind. Escapism. Okay, escapism, we can say daydream, that means tendency to seek distraction and relief from unpleasant realities. Then time travel, then sense of insecurity, that means lack of confidence, okay, because of war and disease. Then run away from reality. So these are the theme of the lesson. America of 1950s. What happened in 1950? Cold War. So what was the result of Cold War? What was the effect of Cold War? Fear, insecurity, anxiety. So we discussed, in the theme of the lesson, sense of insecurity. So because of the effect of war, here fear, insecurity and anxiety. Here people, they had the sense of insecurity. That means fear, anxiety, insecurity, lack of confidence. The main characters of the story: Charlie, Sam Weiner, Louisa. So who's Charlie? The hero of the story. Louisa, Charlie's wife. Sam Weiner, Charlie's friend, psychiatrist. Okay. Now let's see about the character Charlie, our hero. Charlie, protagonist and narrator. Protagonist means hero. Hero and also he is a narrator of the story. Then super sensitive and highly imaginative, who indulges in flights of fancy. Super sensitive, that means he is very emotional and easily hurt. Okay, super sensitive and highly imaginative, who indulges in flights of fancy. Who indulges means who entertains in flights of fancy, that means by escaping in imagination, who entertains in his imagination. Okay, so Charlie, protagonist, hero and the narrator of the story, and he is very emotional and he is easily hurt and highly imaginative, then who entertains in his imagination. Then he is a loving husband of Louisa, then true representative of the modern. Okay, true representative means true example, true spokesman of the modern. Then victim of insecurity and indecisions and wants to escape from the hubbub of the modern world. So victim of insecurity. So insecurity because of war. So victim, prey, P-R-E-Y, prey of insecurity and indecisions. And he wants to escape from the hubbub, that means confusion. Okay, confusion of the modern world. Then next we will see more about Charlie. Then he is fond of stamp collection, which Sam, who is his friend psychiatrist, he calls it a temporary refuge from reality. Okay, so Charlie, he is fond of stamp collection. Then his friend Sam, who is a doctor, who is a psychiatrist, he calls it, that stamp collection, as a temporary refuge. What is a refuge? Shelter from reality. Okay. Next, fascinated by good old simple days of his grandfather. So, fascinated, that means attracted by good old simple days of his grandfather, that means in 1890s, when things were pretty nice and peaceful. So, the days of his grandfather were very pretty nice and peaceful. So, he's attracted by good old simple days of his grandfather. Next, we will see Charlie and the third level. Okay, the connection between Charlie and the third level. Then he is intrigued by the mystery. That intrigued means fascinated. Otherwise, we can say attracted. Otherwise, we can say captivated. Okay, intrigued means fascinated, or we can say attracted or captivated. Okay, he is captivated, attracted by the mystery. Mystery, that means secret. Whether the third level exists in Grand Central Railway Station. What is that mystery? Whether the third level exists in the Grand Central Railway Station, because people in New York city, they know only the two levels. Okay. Next, having been there once, he fails to locate it a second time. So, a couple of times he lost his way in the station. Third time he reached the third level. Then he fails to find it a second time. Okay. Then even when he and his wife think that they have proof of existence, they fail to find it despite their best efforts. Even when he and his wife think that they have proof of existence, that proof of existence means the having of the third level. So they have proof how when they find when they found the letter of Sam. Okay, so they have proof of existence, but they fail to find it in spite of their best efforts. Then he describes himself as an ordinary man in tan gabardine suit. Okay, he describes himself as an ordinary man wears tan gabardine suit. Tan gabardine, it's a tightly woven fabric. Okay, used in overcoat. So he describes himself as an ordinary man who is wearing tan gabardine suit. Next, Sam Weiner. The psychiatrist is a doctor who treats people's mental illness. Sam Weiner, he is a psychiatrist. He is perfect in his profession. He is perfect in his profession. He is friend of Charlie, and his diagnosis is precise and terse. Diagnosis means his discovery, identification. His discovery is precise. Precise means exact. Okay, accurate. It's very specific. His diagnosis is very specific, exact, and terse. Terse means brief, concise. Concise means giving a lot of information clearly in a few words. His diagnosis is precise, exact, accurate. Otherwise, we can say specific. And terse, that means very short, concise. Even though it is a short, gives a lot of information and clear information he gives. Okay. Then he does not believe in mixing up his profession with his friendship. He does not believe in mixing up with his profession with his friendship. So Sam Weiner is a psychiatrist and perfect in his profession, and he is a friend of Charlie, and his diagnosis, that his discovery, his identification is exact and concise. And then he does not believe in mixing up his profession with his friendship. Next we move on to next slide, more about Sam. So we'll see more about Sam. He clearly tells Charlie that he is looking for ways to escape since he is not happy. So when Charlie tells about the third level, so Sam clearly tells him that he is looking for ways to escape since he is not happy. Then he wants to escape from the hubbub of modern world. So he says, Charlie, that he wants to escape from the confusion of modern world. And he calls that the narrator's hobby of stamp collection to be a temporary refuge from reality. So here Sam dubs the narrator's hobby. That means he terms the narrator's hobby. What is the narrator's hobby? Stamp collection. So he terms it a temporary refuge from reality. So next we will see Sam's professionalism. Okay. Fearing that there might be reaction from Charlie's wife, then he is wise enough to quickly revise his statement by saying, like any modern young man. So he feared that there might be reaction from Charlie's wife. Who's Charlie's wife? Louisa. So he is wise enough to quickly revise. That means to rethink, he re-examine his statement by saying that, like any modern young man. Okay, Charlie, like any modern young man, Charlie is a victim of insecurity. Okay, insecurity means that lack of confidence. He is one of the praise of what? That insecurity. Like any other young man, Charlie is also one of them. Next, thoroughbred professional and does not mince words where his patients are concerned. Thoroughbred, that means professional. Thoroughbred means unique. He is very unique in his profession. Okay, outstanding professional and does not mince words. Mince words it is a idiom. Okay, mince word means speak indirectly. He does not speak indirectly where his patients are concerned, where his patients are affected. When his patients are affected, he does not speak indirectly. Okay, he is well thorough bred professional. Okay, outstanding professional. Next we will see Sam and the third level. So later he too is affected by the pulls and pressures of the modern life. Pulls and pressures, that means tensions. Okay, later he is too affected by pulls and pressures of modern life, like Charlie, and his subconscious mind seeks an escape route. Okay, seeks his subconscious mind also looks for an escape route, although he knows the truth, the pressures of the modern life. He knows the truth very well, as he is a psychiatrist. Even though he knows the truth about the modern life, his subconscious mind looks for an escape route. Okay, then in the story, end of the story, he too discovers the third level of Grand Central Railway Station and escapes to Galesburg of 1894. So he also is also affected by the tensions of modern world. So his subconscious mind looks for an escape route. In the end of the story, he too discovers the third level of the Grand Central Railway Station and escapes to Galesburg of 1894. Next we will see about Louisa. Who is Louisa? Wife of Charlie. Charlie's wife. She refuses to accept any criticism. Okay, refuses means reject. Okay, to accept, he refuses to accept any criticism, any comments, even if happens to be a positive or rational one. So she refuses to accept any criticism, comments, even if happens to be even if it is a positive comments also, she refuses to accept. The psychiatrist's observation that her husband was unhappy angers her. So the psychiatrist Sam Weiner, when he says that her husband was unhappy, it angers her and she challenges it. She takes this comment as a personal attack on her responsibility and care as a wife towards her husband. So she takes that comment, that means Charlie was unhappy. She takes this comment as a personal attack on her responsibility and care as a wife towards her husband. That means she does not take care of her husband properly. So she takes that as a personal attack. So she feels kind of mad, and she is loving and caring wife. Okay, so Louisa, Charlie's wife, she refuses to accept any comments. That means, for example, the psychiatrist Sam Weiner, he says that her husband Charlie was unhappy. It angers her and she takes that comment as a personal attack. That means that she does not take care of her husband. Then she feels kind of mad, and she is a loving and caring wife. Next, we will see more about Louisa. On being told about the modern world is full of insecurity, fear, etc., she feels satisfied with the psychiatrist's explanation. So she feels satisfied, okay, with the psychiatrist's explanation, because the modern world is full of insecurity, fear. So this little realization, realizing the fact that he is saying the same thing in different words. Okay, that her husband was unhappy, he said no. So he saying the same thing in different words, that modern world is full of insecurity, fear. He is like any other modern young man. Charlie is also one among them. So then when Charlie talks to her about his predicament is that confused regarding the third level. When Charlie talks to her about his predicament regarding the third level, she gets pretty worried. She worried about her husband and advises him not to look for the third level anymore. Okay. Then next we'll see about Louisa and the third level. So however, she is a credulous lady. Credulous means immature. Okay, we can say unsuspicious lady, not given to reason, but thinks on her own. Okay, she's childlike. When Charlie tells her about Sam's disappearance, she joins him in looking for the third level every weekend. So by this we know that she is why here it is given she is a credulous lady, immature, okay, unsuspicious. So when Charlie tells her about Sam's disappearance, suddenly one day Sam he's missing. So every weekend he and Louisa they are looking for him. So she also joined with Charlie in looking for the third level every weekend. Okay. Next we will see other personalities referred in the story. First one, President Roosevelt. Next, President Cleveland. Then President Garfield. So while explaining line by line of text, we will see how these personalities are referred. President Roosevelt. His full name is Franklin Delano Roosevelt. He was born on 30th January 1882. He died on 12th April 1945. Was an American politician, he often referred to by his initials FDR. Then he served as the 32nd President of United States from 1933 until his death in 1945. Next we move on to President Grover Cleveland. Stephen Grover Cleveland is the full name of him. He was born on 18th March 1837. He died on 24th June 1908. He was an American politician and lawyer, the 22nd and 24th President of the United States. He was the only president in American history to serve 2 non-consecutive terms in office. Non-consecutive term means following one another with an interruption between. So this is non-consecutive terms. Okay. Next, President James Garfield. James Abram Garfield is President James Garfield. Full name is James Abram Garfield. He was born on 19th November 1831. He was assassinated, killed on 19th September 1881. He was the 20th President of the United States, and he is the only sitting member of the United States House of Representatives to be elected to the presidency. Presidency, do you know what is that? What is the meaning of presidency? It is the government, elected to the to government or administration. Okay. Next, we are going to see reactions to Charlie's finding the third level. So Charlie's friend Sam, the psychiatrist, described the third level as a waking dream wish fulfillment. Okay, waking dream wish fulfillment. He said it was an attempt to escape from the modern world, which is full of fear and worry. Okay. So Sam he described the third level as a waking dream wish fulfillment, that it was an attempt to escape from the modern world, which is full of fear and worry. And Charlie's friends also, they agreed to this and said that his hobby of stamp collection was a temporary refuge from reality. Okay. So Charlie's friends also agreed what his friend Sam, psychiatrist, said, and also his hobby of stamp collection was a temporary refuge from reality. So in the third level, Charlie finds some things which are old fashioned, and finds people are dressed in old fashioned clothes. Let's see some major changes in the third level. Okay. First, leg of mutton sleeves. So sleeve, it is a part of a garment, covers a person's arm. So see here in the picture, leg of mutton sleeves. Then handlebar mustaches. See how that person's mustache, it's like a handlebar. Next you will see fancy sideburn. What is a sideburn? Hair that grows down a man's face in front of his ears. Look at the picture. A hair grows down that man's face in front of his ears. So fancy sideburns. Then open flame gas lights. It is flickering, no? Shines unsteadily. Here this picture, is it open flame gas light. It is not flickering. As an example of the open flame gas lights. Next, see brass spittoons. Spittoon is a bowl for spitting. Brass spittoon. This spittoon is made of brass. See. Next, you will see Currier and Ives locomotive. Locomotive engine. Okay. So Currier and Ives locomotive, the name of the locomotive. Next we will see suspicions confirmed. So a copy of The World, dated June 11, 1894. The World is the name of the newspaper. So look at the picture. It's the name of the newspaper, dated June 11, 1894. Suspicions confirmed that he had travelled to the past. So by this, by the copy of the newspaper, which is dated June 11, 1894, his suspicion confirmed that he had travelled to the past. The World, this newspaper, had stopped publishing long ago. So the World had stopped publishing long ago. Escape from the third level. So we know that in the Grand Central Station, Charlie lost his way and he reaches the third level. So let's see how he escapes from the third level. So Charlie tries to buy 2 tickets for Galesburg. So he wants to go to the place Galesburg with his wife. He wants to live there, to live peaceful life. So he tries to get 2 tickets. He tries to pay with the currency in his pocket. So he gives the currency, the modern currency, to get his tickets. The clerk accuses him of paying with the fake currency. The clerk claims him of paying with the duplicate currency. Okay, clerk claims that currency was duplicate. Okay, then Charlie remembers that his currency was not valid in the past. Okay, then he escapes back to the second level, fearing trouble. So by this he escapes from the third level. Now let's see disappointment for Charlie. So Charlie exchanges all his savings for old style dollar bills. He had to pay a premium. So premium, it's an installment. Okay, so Charlie exchanges all his savings. For what? He exchanged all his savings to get old style dollar bills. But what disappointment, but he never found the third level again. So after exchanging, he never found the third level again. So this is a disappointment for Charlie. Now let's see the important point, first day cover. So what is that first day cover? So look at the picture here. It is an envelope with the stamp on it. See children, stamp on it is an envelope. That stamp collectors mail to themselves on the first day of its sale to mark the date. So the stamp collectors mail to themselves. They send the letter to themselves on the first day of its sale to mark the date. So you can see the stamp. So on that the mark dated. So the stamp collectors, they send the envelope to themselves to mark the date. So they are usually empty and not meant to be opened. So usually empty, nothing was inside. Okay, and it is not meant to be opened. So this is the first day cover. It is an envelope with the stamp on it. That stamp collectors mail to themselves on the first day of its sale. For what? To mark the date. It is usually empty. Sam's letter to Charlie. So once Charlie was looking at his stamp collection, he came across a letter that was not already there. The letter was addressed to Charlie. In the letter, Sam had informed Charlie that he was living in Galesburg. He found the third level. And he had also told Charlie and his wife to keep looking for the third level. And Charlie and Louisa started looking for the third level. Now we come to the conclusions. Existence of the third level is not clear. Existence means having the third level is not clear. Maybe a product of Charlie's imagination. So the third level may be a product, that means result, consequence, effect of Charlie's imagination. So third level, existence of third level is not clear. This may be a result, a consequence of Charlie's imagination. This may be an effect of Charlie's imagination, and the story can also be interrupted. What is it? Interrupted, explained. Okay. Story can also be explained as a science fiction dealing with time travel. So the story can also be explained as a science fiction dealing with time travel. So third level is a symbol of escape from the present world full of war, worry and anxiety to a much more peaceful past. So third level is a symbol of escape to a much more peaceful past. Escape from what? Escape from the present world full of war, worry and anxiety. War only causes deaths on both sides, isn't it? War only causes deaths on both sides. War must be avoided. So finally, what is given here? War must be avoided. Children, I hope you have understood the story. Okay, so in next video we will see the line by line explanation of the text. Okay, thank you for watching this video. Thank you, children.